What's going on, guys? It's the Reef Kid 25, and this is my 2018 firework haul video. For most of you guys know me for my aquarium and saltwater aquarium based videos, and that's a really big hobby of mine. But my next big hobby is fireworks, and so over the next couple of weeks I'll be posting a lot of firework and firework based videos. But don't worry, my aquarium videos will come after the 4th of July, but I think from here on till the 4th of July I'm going to be doing firework videos. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started on my 2018 firework stash. And this isn't it, by the way. This is just the start, the beginning of it. And there are some leftovers brought into this stash from last year. So if you can see right here, these and everything to the right of it are all brand new fireworks that I just purchased this year for my fireworks show on the 4th of July. So we'll go ahead and we'll start there, and then I'll carry on to the rest of the stuff. So I'll zoom in a little bit, and then I'll go over pricing too, as well when I'm going over this. So the first one is Shenanigans. This is a nice finale cake. 21 shots, 350 grams. This is a heavy hitter cake. Everyone thinks this is a 500 gram, but according to the YouTube videos on it, it's a 350 gram. So I'm just going to assume that it's a 350 gram, but it definitely hits like a 500 gram. Then we go on to the Evil Clown. The Evil Clown, here I'll zoom in on that so I don't have to pick all those up. The Evil Clown's a killer firework. It's a really good budget firework. It's an awesome 500 gram cake to get when you're on a budget. I would say on the reservation, if you live in Washington like I do, the reservations, you can pick these up. You can pick this up for $20 to $25 from the reservation for sure, and that's a great deal for that cake. Oh, and I forgot the Shenanigans I got for $25. This one was a throw-in. I got this one for free. But if you were to buy it, it'd be about $20, $25. So then we'll go on to the Hydrogen Bomb. I got this one for $35. This is going to be a cake that's also in my finale. A really, really good cake. 500 gram, 36 shots. It's a heavy hitter. It's one of the, I think, best 500 gram cakes that's on the market today. It's a Brothers Heavyweight, which is all their really premium 500 gram cakes. And I think this whole series, the Hydrogen Bomb, Atom Bomb, and the other two bomb style cakes, I think, like I said, I think they're some of the best on the market. I got this one for $35. And then one I'm really, really excited about for all of you good pyros out there is the Academic Pyro by Pyro Dave, or Display Fireworks 1, this YouTube channel. Someone I've followed for a really, really long time doing fireworks. He can teach you pretty much anything you need to know about fireworks from his YouTube channel. This is a new line of fireworks that he's designed with world class, and I am absolutely jacked to have been able to pick this up. I was able to get this for $40. It's a 500 gram, 54 shot cake, total finale cake. I'm putting it into my finale. I mean, that cake alone is a total showstopper. That cake could be its own finale. If you're on a budget and you're looking to just have a finale, just a single one of those cakes would be its own finale. So I'm super super jacked about that, and shout out to Pyro Dave for making a killer firework. So then we'll move over to the 200 gram cakes here. So I'll start in the top 4. I'll zoom in. So I got all these for $12 a piece out the gate. I got 8 200 gram cakes for $12 a piece. So before I get started on those, so all 4 of those big cakes, the 8 200 gram cakes and the 200 shot Saturn missile and Roman candles, I got all of that for $200 out the door. So a really good deal. So I got all these 200 grammers for 12 bucks a piece. So the first one I'll start out with is Death Squad. This is a hitter and a half. This is such an underrated 200 gram cake. I don't even know where to start. I love to pick these up. If you find one of these out on the reservation or a stand, grab it. You'll be super, super happy with it. It's definitely a hitter, and it's honestly a little hard to find. Not very many people carry that Death Squad, and it might be a rewrap. I'm not totally sure, but it's a killer cake. So if you see it out there, pick it up. You won't be disappointed. Jam-packed, I got 2 of these. These are going to be going into a finale board that I'm making. So these will be together and shot off together. Really good 20-shot, 200-gram cake. Really impressive. And then I'll just stack these back up here to do this one. So then we'll go on to the Think Twice. So this is just kind of a basic 200-gram cake that's across the board. It's a great filler cake. It's just a solid 16-shot cake with, you know, a high launch and pretty big breaks for 200 grams. And so a great filler cake to put in a board. This will be going in my board too as well. And then I'll get back down here. And so down here, same with Absolute Evil. Absolute Evil is another 16-shot perfect filler cake. So there's some cakes that are really impressive that kind of have a show in themselves, and like that's kind of like the Jam Pack, the Death Squad. They're pretty busy. And then the Think Twice and the Absolute Evil, those are perfect filler cakes because they're real basic, but basic in the best way, being that they just have a loud launch, a high launch, a loud and strong break. That's perfect for fillers in your display. So I always recommend these Absolute Evil and the Think Twice, and you can typically pick them up for cheaper. Even though I paid $12 for these two, the Absolute Evil and the Think Twice, I probably could have got it for 8 to 10, but the guy was giving me such a good deal on all of them together, I didn't mind paying a little extra for these ones, especially since I got the lighter up. That's Pyro King's Pyro Premium. That's a premium 200-gram cake that I would say on the shelf is probably marked at $20, $25 is their asking price, if not more, because that cake is a super premium 200-gram cake that it launches a little higher, it breaks a little bigger, the colors are a little brighter, and it's a 200-gram cake. So it's perfect for shows. Unfortunately, the dude only had one of them for sale. I would have bought all 5 of them if I could have at that price for $12, because like I said, that'd be you'd be hard pressed to find it for less than 15 after haggling at the reservation. And then I got 2 Pretty Busies. Those are 25-shot cakes by Pyro King, 200 grams as well. Those are awesome. Those are kind of just a quick shot. Literally the name describes them perfectly. 25 shot, it's pretty busy. It's just a busy firework. It's awesome for finale boards. I'm going to light those off together as well. Those will kind of be all in a row. And then I got, here, while I have the camera here, the 200-shot Saturn missile by Pyro King. I think Pyro King makes some of the best Saturn missiles on the market. There's something about them that's just better than most other Saturn missiles, but at the end of the day, they are just a Saturn missile. And then I got some nice Pyro Monster Roman candles that I'm going to be putting into my fake finale. For my fake finales, typically what I do is I go out and I get the real premium Roman candles, and I build a Roman candle rack with about 20 or 30 premium Roman candles that have good launch and good breaks to them, and those are the ones that I put in my fake finale, and they end up making like a really good. Basically, it makes a similar effect to that of like a 120 shot or 150 shot finale cake that you can get, like the 500-gram finale cakes. You can make those for like half the price with some premium Roman candles, and build it into a Roman candle rack. So then we'll go. So this is last year's haul that I wasn't able to use for my show last year, but I'll be using it for my show this year. Multi-gun barrel, 25 shots by Great Grizzly. All these are 200 grams, by the way. Killer cake. Pacific Blue, 25 shots. This is a classic. If anyone's done fireworks, you've had this firework before, and you probably loved it because Great Grizzly makes really good stuff. 25 shots. The Fighting Greek, 19 shots. Another really good cake. A kind of across the board, more of like a standard like the Absolute Evil, great filler cake, but all in all kind of a more standard, good filler firework. Texas Hold'em is an awesome, awesome cake for those of you guys who have had it before or haven't had it. I really enjoy that cake. It's one of my favorites. I try to get it every year if I can. If I can't get it every year, it's usually put in the Chinese Dynasty assortment by Great Grizzly, so I'll just buy that assortment. That assortment comes with a lot of what you see here as well. So we'll go down to the next. So I got Just Looking. Dirty Dog and Blasting Area. Blasting Area is a 12 shot. 12 big breaks. It's pretty good. A lot of people for a long time thought it was a 350 gram cake just out of assumption, because it actually doesn't say how many grams it is. And I would say honestly, even though it's a 200 gram cake, I would say it's a heavy 200 gram cake. It hits pretty hard. Could potentially even be a little overloaded. I don't know. But a lot of people were under the impression that it was a 350 gram cake for a long time. Just looking at Dirty Dog, they fall into the same as Pacific Blue, just solid, awesome 25 shot cakes that I like. I really like Great Grizzly. If you guys haven't noticed, I have a lot of Great Grizzly product, and I'll have even more to show you around the corner here. So then we'll get into all of my artillery shells. Sorry, let my camera adjust. This is the other side of my firework haul. So we'll aim it down here and zoom out a little bit for the artillery shells. So I will show you, I have a couple of cakes over here that I'll just pull out. These guys are awesome. These cover your ears. If you can see that there. It's a little 7-shot 200 gram cake, but these things hit. And these are the price on these, 2 for $6. So $3 a piece. Last year I just saw these last year and I was kind of skeptical. I was like, a $3 200 gram cake, I was like, how good can it be? And I was actually really impressed by these. I think I'm going to go out and buy like 10 of these this year and do a little finale board for the beginning of my show just with these guys, because they're awesome little cakes for being only $3. And then of course, your crackers, just firecrackers, nothing big. I got those for like $10 a piece. Rock and Roll, again, another just solid 25 shot cake, 200 gram by Great Grizzly. Tremor, this is another awesome 16 shot. This one's super impressive. I really like this one. Again, it's another one that I normally, if I see it on the shelf for a good price, I always pick it up because it always impresses. Alright, so that's it for the cake. Oh, and by the way, all those Great Grizzly cakes, I don't remember exactly what I picked them up for, but I think they're around like the $12 to $15 price point is about what I got them for. So now I'll go on to my shells. So as you can see, I'll start with my canister shells. So this is all left over from last year. And the reason why is because last year I went a little heavy on the artillery shells. I basically doubled down on everything I bought. And then I only ended up using like one of each. And there's a couple, like the color changing shells and the Unleash the Beast are from last year. I didn't double down on those. I just ended up not using them. But anyways, I'll start with the canister shells. So I got Frogman shells. Picked these up. Last year, I believe I got these for $60 for the Frogman shells. Awesome, awesome canister shells. One of the best on the market. I think they compare to the super shells, the 5-inch super shells. I forget what brand makes those, but those are supposedly the best on the market, and I actually like the Frogman shells better. And the Frogman shells make the Excaliburs look bad, honestly. The Frogman shells are really nice. But of course the Excaliburs, I got this for $75, a little bit more. I didn't buy it at the res. I probably could have got it cheaper if I would have bought it at the res, but I found a stand. The dude was hooking me up with some super good deals, and then he just threw that in for $75, so I paid it. And I didn't even use it, so I shouldn't even have bought it. Then I got these guys, these Mad Bomber. Now, if you haven't seen these before, it's because they are made by this discount firework company. And this discount firework company has stands, and I'm not totally sure if it's just local to Washington State or not. I've only ever heard of them in Washington State, but they could go out beyond that. They might be in other states as well, but they make this. This is $5 for this 6-shot of Mad Bombers. Really, really good artillery shell, too. For $5. Pretty comparable to like the $10 or $15 6-shot artillery shells pretty much from any other brand. These are comparable. So yeah, $5, you can't beat that. I always grab a couple of cases of these. I grabbed 4 cases last year and I have 1 left. TNG Metal Gear. These are another really good. This is a 6-shot canister. These were 2 for $25. But this is a shell I'd pay $12.50 for all day long. Like it says, super big bursts, and that's I would say that's pretty true. Also really loud, almost like a salute break from what I've seen from the ones I've gotten. So I always get these every year just for a good filler. 12 shot Unleash the Beast. I'll probably just throw these into my show just to use them up. They're a pretty standard shell, just like the Mad Bomber or the Metal Gear. But they're pretty good. Great Grizzly, like I said, I've never been disappointed with Great Grizzly. I think I got this for like 20 bucks. So then I have the Grizz Tiger Tails. These are awesome artillery shells just for the effect. Pretty standard artillery shell break, but they have the Tiger Tail launch, which is basically where it leaves a spray of sparks behind it that isn't very common that you find in consumer shells. And when you do find it, it's normally really expensive. And I was able to get this case last year for $30, so I feel like that was a really good deal. I got 2 of them, and I have this one left, so this will definitely be put into my finale this year. I love those shells. Got a case of the Double Break Badass shells. Again, I got this for 30 bucks last year. I did use a couple, if you can kind of see in there. I'm not sure if you can. Let me see. I used a couple in my show last year, but I only used a couple, and then I didn't get around to lighting off the rest of them, which is kind of a good thing because 30 bucks was a really good price on these, and so I'll have plenty this year, so I won't need to buy another case of them. These I bought last year. I only bought 1 case of them, but they're color-changing artillery shells by the Fireworks Company I've never even heard of. But supposedly these were really going around, and these had a lot of talk last year, if you can make sure I have the whole thing. They're supposed to be really good. There's a little bit of a display on them, but the pictures really aren't that great. And I never got to light them off last year, so I'm really curious on how good these actually are. This was 25 bucks for this, so I'm really curious on how good they do. So I'm going to light these off this year, but like I said, there was a lot of talk on them, and they were going for more than $25 at a lot of places, too. So let me go over here. And then these, and then these are the last ones. The Hell Yeah Broskies. This is a 12-shot canister shells. Has a picture of the displays on there. The rumors were having it that these are rewrapped Frogman shells, but I don't know if that to be true. So I've watched videos on this, and I've heard mixed reviews. So these may or may not be rewrapped Frogman shells. I think they have a totally different break, and I truly don't think they're rewraps of the Frogman shells. But I guess, you know, only time will tell when I actually light these off in comparison. I lit off a case of Frogmans last year, but I didn't light this case off, and I wanted to compare them, but I never got around to it. And I bought that. That was 40 bucks for that half case. So that's my 2018 firework haul. Like I said, so far, this is kind of the start to my show. I'm going to have more, no more artillery shells. This will be all the artillery shells that I'm using in my show, which I think is more than enough. And then as far as 500 gram cakes, I'll probably get 4 or 5 more 500 gram cakes, and probably 8 to 10 more 200 gram cakes just to finish up my boards. And then I'll get a bunch of like random stuff. I always get some boom boxes, and I'll get a lot more Roman candles, probably a couple more larger sets of Saturn missiles, and you know, and then some fun stuff for the kids. So yeah, Reef Kid 25. Thanks for tuning in, and for those firework junkies out there, for the pyros, stay tuned. I'll have a lot more firework videos coming. All right, I'll see you guys later.